Hello, everyone. My name is Ariana, and welcome to Tauke Talks. It's a series of sharing sessions where small but mighty business owners share about their motivation to start their own businesses and the story behind their journey. So, this sharing session is brought to you by RYSE, a Malaysian research and social outreach project that empowers Malaysian youth through entrepreneurship. So, RYSE is supported by Citi Foundation. We believe that entrepreneurship is not only for big startups, which uses high tech, but also for small and mighty businesses. So RYSE aims to showcase stories of small local businesses that are persevering and still chasing their dreams despite the circumstances. So I am happy to welcome our guest for today, Eva. She's owner of this small business, and her business is called Fatty Bom Bom. So welcome to Tauke Talks, Eva. We are really honored to have you here today.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the invitation, and I'm really honored to be invited today.
That's great. So we're not gonna waste our time, and we're just gonna jump straight into the interview questions. So can you briefly tell us about your business, and what do you do? Yeah.
Okay, my business is a Fatty Bom Bom Bakery. So from its name itself, you will know that it's a baker. We are selling cakes. So when I mention we, it's not because Fatty Bom Bom is a corporate entity, but it's because it's run by my sister and I. Basically, we are home-based baker. So home is a workplace to us. We sell bus burnt cheesecakes, sponge cakes, and box cakes. We have different flavors, and due to the market's demand, generally people want dessert, and at the same time they want a healthy one. So we actually pick fresh fruits as our main ingredients to play around with. So our signatures are chocolate bus burnt cheesecakes and also dark chocolate strawberry cake. The specialty of our cake is that we don't repeat the design. If customer has any special requests, we will try to satisfy their requests. So I would say that this is also the best part of homemade products, because when you talk about homemade products, usually they don't have a fixed design. But don't worry, because the content will still remain the same. You definitely won't get a chocolate cake when you order a matcha cheesecake. So everyone, if you are interested to know more of our flavors of the cake, I strongly encourage you to check out our IG and also Facebook account right now, or maybe not right now, maybe later after our talk.
Yes. Oh, that sounds really good. So I think for the audience, if you really want to find out more about Eva and Fatty Bom Bom, you can always check out her Instagram and Facebook at Fatty Bom Bom Bakery. Okay, so what really inspired you to actually start your own business? Like why all of a sudden, you know?
Okay. So why I start this business? Actually, I would say that this is a family thing. My father is actually a businessman, so he worked very hard to feed each of his children. So something that I want to highlight is that even when he's working, he can still bring us for cuti Malaysia. So this is the goodness of being self-employed. So when I started to work, my siblings also started their own businesses. Whenever we plan for family trip, right, I will be the only one who has trouble fitting into their proposed schedule, because I have this annual leave limitation. So from all these incidents, I actually realized that flexibility at work is something that I need the most. And in all normal circumstances, I would say that those who are being employed don't really enjoy flexibility. So being an employee for life, definitely I know is not something I want. And then secondly, I want to build something with my own effort. So I want to explore and experience the journey of kickstarting something and build something from scratch. And then one more is that I enjoy brainstorming and discussion. So I wouldn't want to just submit to my superior all the time without having a chance to voice out my view. So I want to have a say in decision making. So all these pushing and pulling factors actually inspire me in a way that I need to start my own business to fulfill what I wish to happen. So having said so, knowing that I need to start my own business, that actually didn't push me to start Fatty Bom Bom Bakery. So how Fatty Bom Bom Bakery started, it was really a joke, I would say. So one day during the pandemic, we baked a bus burn cheesecake. Then we were saying that this cake is so good, and we said we should start selling cakes. Since everyone is stuck at home, maybe it's a good time to also brush up our skills on this. So I posted the bus burn cheesecake on my social media account, asking if anyone is interested to buy cake from me. Surprisingly, right, there are few friends replying me to say that they are interested to try it out. And then I really have a friend who actually ordered from me. So this first customer is actually a booster to us, because someone is actually keen to spend their money to buy our cake. So there we go. We started to bake one cake, then second order comes in. Slowly we get orders on and off. It's really, really encouraging for us to continue this journey. So having our own business, of course, the name is important, right? So we were brainstorming what kind of name will be catchy. So we somehow talk about our childhood memories, like calling each other Fatty Bom Bom, and then like how we tease our niece right now with Fatty Bom Bom when she kept munching on snacks non-stop. Then we find out that Fatty Bom Bom might be really a good name for us to kickstart this shop. So it's really a funny name. Whenever you talk about Fatty Bom Bom, people will just like, wow, okay, this name is so funny, and you don't choose an elegant name, but you choose something funny. So we actually agree that this name will be catchy and easy to remember. So now when I come back to think about it, actually Fatty Bom Bom also contains our wish to fill customers' tummy with our happy and satisfying cake, since they opt in to take in the extra calories. Yeah.
Yeah, actually it is really interesting, because to think about it, there's no one who would actually, come up with names like reminds them of their childhood and think it's always the elegant signature kind of
Yes.
name. Yeah, I think that's actually quite cool to have that name. And also I can tell that your signature would be bus burn cheesecake, is it?
Yes.
So if let's say there are customers who want to request other sorts of cheesecake, will that be available for you?
Yes. Basically we have like different flavors right now. So after our original bun cheesecake, we also have chocolate bun cheesecake. Then now we have matcha and hojicha as well. So we are trying to have more different flavors, because the market demand is high. So if we don't improve, then definitely we cannot stand strong in the market. Yeah. So modification is definitely needed. Yeah.
I see. It sounds nice to like actually try and have one.
Yeah. Everyone should try.
Yeah, everyone should. Okay. So as you were having this business, what were the challenges when you first started, and how did you actually overcome them?
Okay, I would say that the biggest challenge is how to kickstart. You know, like when you can identify a problem, then it's not so hard to solve the problem, because you already know what's the problem. But now it's you don't even know what's the first step to take. So, like I shared just now, because our starting point is actually a joke. So it was a very, very casual talk among family members. So since we want to turn it into a real game, we actually started looking at people's web page and see how others run this kind of business. So we check on a lot of different shops and those online platforms, like how they do it as reference. Then slowly we learn from all these references. Then we try to pick like those goodness here and there, and we come out with something that we think belongs to us. So one thing I have to emphasize is that it's very important to set a target. We actually purposely sat down and set targets for Fatty Bom Bom Bakery. Like let's say we sell 20 cakes, then we would want to upgrade our mixer. And if it's more than 50 cakes we can sell, then we would need to have better packaging for our cakes, so on and so forth. So setting a target is like a motivation to push us further. And in the meantime, it is also an effective way to check and assess how far we have achieved in this journey, and also to identify our problems and to know our strengths and weaknesses.
I see. So you mentioned that you started during the pandemic. So I bet during the pandemic there were like shops they know how like ingredient store closing and everything. So what were the challenges that your business faced during the pandemic?
I actually wouldn't be able to tell you the very significant challenge we have because we didn't start in pre-COVID time. So when we first started, it's already in a lockdown situation. And what the problem you mentioned just now, like maybe stock problem or that, we don't really face that problem because for whatever we want to buy, they are kind of essential. So we were still able to buy the ingredients that we need. And then I would even say that pandemic is not only not a challenge to us, but I would say it's a blessing in disguise to us because this is one of the pushing factors for us to start our own business. Without this pandemic, I don't think we will have the energy and time to materialize our idea of having our own business. So since everyone's stuck at home, board is one thing. Another thing is we want to try to explore what we can do in this situation because we know that life still needs to go on.
I see. So when you were starting your business, do you have like any challenge for people to actually trust your product since you just started, right? So how did you overcome that kind of situation?
Actually, I would say that I'm quite blessed because our customers mainly are friend customers, so it's all friend based, people who know us. So these are the people who will be more courageous to try out your products because they know you personally, so they dare to try your products. So friends started first, then it's a word of mouth. Friends will post on their social media to say that, oh, these cakes are really good. Then maybe other friends will also start to try out your cakes after checking out all the reviews and all. So that's how we started, and then business keep coming. Mainly is word of mouth, I would say, and also the social media reviews.
I see. So do you depend on the word of mouth as your marketing strategy, or do you have other strategies that maybe you can share with the audience as well?
For now, right, because I would say it's still the initial stage, so mainly it's still the word of mouth. Maybe later on we will really try to explore like other platforms, like maybe online advertisement, that kind of thing, so that we can expand our business also. Yeah, but I don't think now is the right time yet. Maybe when things are more matured, then we will explore.
I see. Okay, so earlier I just recalled that earlier you mentioned your if you were to have your own business, there'll be like more of there'll be flexibility in your days, right? So how do you actually balance your full-time job and this small business of yours? Like do you actually get leave or like spend time with your family, some sort of like that? Because now it's quite occupied, right?
Yes. Okay, so my full-time job, it's a very, very time-consuming job. So for me to also keep my small business, it's always all about time management. So I will also say that maybe sometimes we also dare not advertise too much because if really a lot of orders, we are worried that we cannot handle. So maybe sometimes we try like let's say box cake. We have it like every Friday. So we will bake on Friday and we will try to send out on Saturday. We try to make things according to our schedule if we can. Then there will be time for you to arrange your work and also your small businesses operation. So that's how we try to balance between our main job and also part-time job.
I see. So you're trying to say is that if we want to order, it's based on days. For example, if we want to order a cake box, it'll be on Fridays, and for cheesecake, the other days. Is it something like that?
Yes, but for let's say those like Basban cheesecake, those complete full cake, right? Basically, if you order in advance, we will be able to arrange. Yeah. So if you order in advance, then we will try to arrange our other work to accommodate the order. Yeah. So it's all about time management, I would say.
I see. So your main point here is that to always have a proper time management, is it?
Yes.
Okay, all right. That's like actually a good tip for everyone. So, with the uncertainty caused by the pandemic still present, how are you planning to help your business maintain and grow in the future?
I think this one will go back to the question we discussed just now. So
Mm-hmm.
now the current stage is that we are trying to uh, advertise our business through word of mouth. I think the next step would be online. Online is definitely the way to move forward because after a long period of pandemic, I think our lives more or less have been changed by this. Basically, pre-pandemic time, not much people are keen to shop online. But now, right, everyone, I would say that everyone definitely will have online shopping apps in their handphone. So business transaction basically are all turning online nowadays. So I think for Fatty Bom Bom Bakery, we are planning to add on some new products. This is one thing. And another thing is we might start advertising on different social media platforms like maybe IG, Facebook, and if ever possible, just like other businesses also, they will invite some KOL to try out their products and to give reviews so that they will increase the publicity. And of course, I would also think that we can be invited to more platforms like Tauke Talks to increase our publicity. So all these ways are ways to advertise and also increase our to increase the publicity of our business. So in short, I would say that the next project to grow our business is to increase our publicity.
I see. Yeah, just like a clarification, could you like further explain what does KOL mean for those who don't?
Key
Yeah.
opinion leader. So means those who have a lot of fans following them in their accounts, IG. Yeah, those who have I would say that they would have impact to the society. Yeah. Those
Okay,
are the people that we might want to approach them for some help, that kind of thing.
I see.
Yeah.
So I just would like to know what is your business's proudest achievement to date? What would you say?
Sorry, you mean
Proudest achievement to date.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, when you talk about achievement, I think it's the easiest way to assess achievement is to look at the sales. If you want to talk about this part, I think our biggest sales so far is that we bake and package 36 box cakes within a day. Yeah, that's the biggest achievement for sales. And then if you want to talk about other achievement, like when we have more than 100 followers in our social media, I will also say that's one of the achievement. But for me personally, I would think that the biggest achievement is the affirmation and confirmation given by your customer, saying that they really like your products and they would want to repeat order and also uh, tell others about your products, and they are also looking forward to your new products. I think that's the biggest achievement, I would say, and it's the proudest moment. So I'm not too sure whether everyone actually noticed the shortcake, the strawberry shortcake that you all show everyone just now during the introduction session. So that strawberry shortcake, right? Why I chose this photo to be shown to the world is because this strawberry shortcake actually gave me the most memorable moment, I would say. So this cake, right, it was bought by one of my earliest customer. Uh, at I think first time he bought basmati cheesecake from us. Then the next time he actually tried this strawberry shortcake, he was so happy with this strawberry shortcake, and he actually posted this photo, and he was telling the whole world that this cake is like so good, he will never go to other places to get this cake anymore. And he said like whatever cakes that he want in the future, he will definitely come back to Fatty Bom Bom Bakery. So I would say that personally, this is the proudest achievement I would have like throughout this journey.
I
Yeah.
see. So it's more of like when you get the customer's trust, you feel so satisfied, and that would be the achievement for you, right?
Yes, and I think this is also the reason that I want to start Fatty Bom Bom Bakery. It's supposed to be a business that will bring joy to my customers, and I really want people to have like happy moments whenever they receive our cakes. Yeah, I think this is also a very big motivation for me to continue this journey.
I say that's nice for you also actually, and I hope it will still continue to grow.
Yes.
So, can you name one entrepreneur whom you admire and perhaps explain why and how they inspired you?
Mm. Okay. I think everyone should be quite familiar with Jeff Bezos.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the founder of Amazon. I think he really inspired me a lot is because, the first time when I came across Amazon was during my university day in UK. So when I first reached UK, I have never done online shopping before. Amazon was the first online shopping platform I've used. I was so impressed by Amazon because without me stepping out of the house, just a few clicks, whatever I ordered, it will be delivered within few days. That's when my online addiction started. It's really not good to my pocket, but it really proves that Amazon is very, very successful. So I was very curious that time. I want to know who is this genius who founded Amazon. So I went to check it out. It was Jeff Bezos. Okay, so Jeff Bezos, a bit of his background, how he had this idea was that time. I think his background is kind of related to those techno, and
Mm-hmm.
then that time when he was 30 years old, he actually left his job as a vice president in some corporate and then to pursue his dream of starting an online bookstore. I felt like that time, right, is actually before the internet boom, and he's so daring to leave his comfort zone and to start his online bookstore shop. So I think this is something very encouraging to me. And then, I also searched that he has this one questions. He said, I pictured myself 80 years old and thinking back on his life. Would I regret leaving this company in the middle of the year and walk away from my annual bonus and all those things? I think this is really a good question. Like everyone should ask yourself, like, try to imagine one day when you are at the age of 80, when you look back at your life, if you have never started your own business, will you regret? And if you think about it, I think everyone should have an answer and also make a decision whether you want to start your own business. Yeah, and then I think everyone should know, like, actually when he founded Amazon, like within a month, Amazon had like started shipping all over America and to 45 countries. So it's really a great success. It's a very, very successful business, I would say. Yeah, so
So,
that really inspired me a lot.
I see. So because he's more like a just do it kind of person. So I can
Mm.
sense that you're also like just start. Let's just do it with this Fatty Bom Bom business. Am I right?
Yes, I would say so.
I see. Okay, do you think young people should start their own businesses and why?
Why not? My question. And if not now, then when? I think when you are young, we will be afraid. Like when we are young, we will be afraid that we don't have enough experience to start our own business. And then when we are at middle age, we will have concern of having too much of responsibilities, worry that we cannot afford to start our own business. Then when we are old, we will say that we are old. We do not have any energy anymore. So I want to say that there's no such thing as perfect timing. When the perfect timing, right, is just the split moment when you have decided to start your business, then just do it. That would be the perfect timing. And anyone who wants to start business, age is never a problem. Okay, and just step out and do it when you are young, because when you start young, being young is basically the biggest capital. If you ever fail, then you try again. Who knows, you might just be successful at your first attempt. So there is nothing to lose, I want to say. Dream big and achieve it with baby steps, because all of these small little achievements, they will lead you to where you want to be. Just don't be afraid to fail. Just be courageous, because this first step, I'm quite confident that it will definitely bring you to a whole new world, and you will definitely thank yourself one day for being bold and not leaving regrets in your life. Yeah.
I think that was like actually really motivating for me as well, to have a own business. So I would say thank you so much for sharing, Eva. We will now move on to the Q&A sessions where we will be answering all the audience's question. So the first question was, what was something that you learned from other businesses?
What I learned, I think the first thing is that you really need to have a very strong mentality.
Mhm.
So you need to be ready that whatever decisions you make, you might really have a failure after that. So just be prepared that you might just fail in your decision, but just don't worry and just keep going. Because once you started this little thing, just try your best to keep it. Because if ever this thing died in your hand, you will never know when is the next time you will have this courage to start business again. Yeah. So
Mhm.
I think this is something I learned, that you have to learn how to accept failure in life actually happens.
I see. That's true. That's true. So we have quite a number of questions here. And then, okay, I'm just going to read this one. Hi. I just went through your Facebook page. The cake looks so yummy, but why isn't the price shown publicly? So is it like something more of your marketing strategy or something like that?
Yes, this is a marketing strategy, I would tell you. Okay, so you just imagine if you are a consumer, if I already listed all the price,
Mm-hmm.
you will not come and ask me, right? You will not want to even talk to me. So
Mm-hmm.
I do not want that to happen. I want you to come and ask me. At least I have a chance to know that, oh, this person is actually interested in my product. So maybe he's not interested, that it's because of my price. But the first step that he actually was attracted by the photos of my products, I think it's really something that I got some affirmation, means that, okay, my social media is attracting someone. And then the price part is more of, I want people to have like a conversation with me, and they will have something to kickstart the conversation. Yeah. So I don't want people just like come and browse my website, then they just leave. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say that it's a marketing strategy.
So you want more like more engagement with the
Yes.
consumers, right?
Yes.
I see. Okay, okay, understood. Okay, so what is the future of Fatty Bom Bom? Do you foresee yourself doing this full time and perhaps leave your job or something?
I don't think that I would want this business to be a full-time thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is something, okay, I realized something is that when you turn your hobby or what you love into a really full-time job, I
Mm-hmm.
think stress will just come in, and you might not enjoy what you love at the initial stage. So if you ask me, I don't really see this as a full-time job in the future. But whether I want to expand this business, this one, no doubt, I definitely want to expand it, but maybe not on my own to make it a full-time. If there's anyone, maybe one day they say that they want to expand this business with me, I'm definitely open with that possibility.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we have a few more questions to go. So
Mm.
can you tell us a bit more of what the R&D process is like for your bakery? Perhaps your cakes and everything before you actually start selling to your customers.
Mm, okay, I think a lot of part is on the ingredients part and also
Mm-hmm.
the packaging part. So for now, right, we basically pick and choose all by ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, from starting of the ingredients, we actually will go to the shop and choose all the box, fruits, and all the packaging. So the baking part definitely also done by us, and then baking and packaging all will be done by us. And I think something that we are quite concerned nowadays is that because it's COVID, so people might even be more concerned about the food quality and also the hygiene problem. So we actually will wear masks all the time while we are handling all this cake thing and whatever. And then even all the packaging, whenever we order any packaging, right, we will actually sanitize all of that before we package. So these are the things that we do it all ourselves to make sure that the quality is there. And then for cakes with fresh fruits, we always try to buy it on the same day. If let's say you want the cake to be out tomorrow, we
Mm-hmm.
might be buying the fruits tomorrow if the fruit is only on top lah. But if those fruit that we need to put it as one of the content in the cake, then no choice, that maybe a day before we need to buy it and to bake it. So we try to keep the quality like doing all by ourselves. So I think this quality control, if next time when we want to expand, this is something that we also need to look into lah.
I think that's great that you actually look into quality control and just not dismiss it,
Yeah.
So there's a few more. So you mentioned that your family members are in business. Is that an advantage in starting your business, you would say?
I wouldn't say yes, because basically all the businesses that my family has, they are all very, very different type of businesses. So when you are venturing into different areas, they basically cannot give you much advice. You will still need to start from scratch, and I would say that there's no capital provided by them as well, no sponsorship. Everything is also by us. So I wouldn't say that there's some advantages you can get. Maybe at most is that they might share with you some of their friends, because I think connection and network is something that they have, which might probably help. Is that they can tell you that this area of people, they might prefer this type of products, that kind of thing. So I wouldn't say yes and no on this question, but whenever people gather together, great ideas will come out, I would say.
Yeah, that's true. But then, like, among family members, are there like sometimes, like conflicts in between? Will there, would you advise people to actually start with family members?
No, we don't really have like conflicts over this kind of thing, because you see, like I mentioned earlier, is that this Fatty Bom Bom Bakery is basically by my sister and I. So we don't really have conflict, is because we have a kind of different work scope. So she mainly take care of the baking part, and then I would help out her with all the buying ingredients part and with the marketing part, that kind of thing. So we won't really have like conflict. So sometimes when she bakes, she needs help, then I will also help out. So I think that's one way that we try to avoid conflict. Yeah.
I think the strategy is really important, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And then there's also a question. What is one thing people always misunderstand about being your own boss?
I think, right, the common thing is people always like to tease you. Tauke, now you are very rich, huh? Excuse me, Tauke is not necessarily very rich, especially at the initial stage. Okay. But I think just take it as a compliment, because when you have decided to be a so-called Tauke, means you are actually starting something for yourself on your own. So I think this should be taken as an encouraging thing also. And I would say that Tauke is not necessarily rich at the moment, and I really don't see that, because I think why I chose to be starting my own business is because I'm really interested to build something from the scratch, and not more on the money part, but it's more on what kind of life I want to have and what kind of career life I'm trying to pursue.
I think that's great too. From your point of view. So also there's two more questions, just two more. So recently there's news or Facebook posts about Karen customers who demand for the impossible for small businesses. So what's your worst Karen?
Karen
in the sense that fussy customers, like they demand this to be done. Yeah.
Okay, I definitely met some customer like that. Okay, trust me, no matter what line you are at, definitely you will meet customers like that. But I think it will always go back to whether you have already done your best, and is that the quality that you have promised to provide to your customer. Because when you talk about fussy customer, means that they are a bunch of people who are asking things, unreasonable things. So these people, they are the rare type. I wouldn't say they are the main type of customers in the market. So whenever you meet them, maybe if you want to give them good impression, it's always important to apologize if there's any mishap caused. But another thing is you would also it's also good that you explain to them why your product appear to be different from what they expected, and also to reflect on what caused this misunderstanding? Like, is there anything that you have conveyed to the customer that's why made them think that, oh, their product should be this way, but how come when they receive it is another way? So I think all these it will all boils down to the communication with the customer. But to be honest, if at the end of the day the fussy customer still thinks that they are correct and you are wrong, then don't make yourself stress over unreasonable customers, because you don't give up your dream just because there are unreasonable customers. That would definitely be a waste for whatever that you have done for your own business. Yeah, so just move on, because you cannot please the whole world. Yeah.
So
That's
so
why.
would you rather say that you wouldn't accept these fussy customers, or you still entertain them and reply to their messages if they were to ask some unreasonable stuff and demand?
Okay, anything that requested by customer, we will try to fulfill. But if that's something that we cannot do, then we cannot do, because there's no point for us to stress ourselves just to please one customer.
True.
Yeah. So if they don't like it, it's okay. The market is big and the market is free. If you don't like us, then you can always get another baker that can fulfill what you want. So this is why we always talk about free market, because
Yeah.
seller and buyer, like, everyone can choose what they like. Yeah.
Okay, so there's one last question. So what is the best age to start a business?
Okay, like what I have concluded just now, there's no such thing as best age. The best age would be whatever age you are right now. If you feel that you want to start your business, just start your business. Nothing to stop you. Just don't put yourself in a limit that age is a problem. Age is never a problem. People can start at any age. As long as you have the passion to start it, then just start it. Don't ever delay, because delay definitely will kill your passion.
Yeah. That's actually true. So I think like your points are really like motivating, and I hope the audience gains some benefits from you too. So I would just like to say thank you for your insight, Eva. So that was Eva from Fatty Bom Bom, sharing her experience at Tauke Talks, brought to you by RYSE and supported by Citi Foundation. Thank you, Eva, once again.
Thank you.
So what was very interesting from Eva is that what I felt was, despite having a full-time job, and you felt like to actually start a business, you actually just went for it without actually thinking about it. So I think that's actually a good motivation. I think it can also apply to me and my studies as well. So I think that's actually really, really great. A great advice for everyone can, give some benefits to them. So I hope you all feel really inspired and motivated by Eva, and to strive harder and achieve your goals in life. So if you have enjoyed this session, you can sign up to our next Tauke Talks with Najwa, Yarn by Najwa, that is happening on Wednesday at 10 a.m. So you can register at our bit.ly link. It's over there. So next up, we will also like to be introducing our latest creative competition, the Spirit of Malaysian Taukes. This is a postcard design competition for Malaysian youth to promote the spirit of Malaysian entrepreneurship. So if you're a Malaysian here watching, 16 to 28 years old, you can enter the competition by designing a postcard based on a Tauke Talk. So you can also write a postcard to Eva too, perhaps how she has inspired you and motivated you. So you will also stand a chance to win cash prizes and more. So the competition closes on 12th of November. To find out more, you can log on to our website on bit.ly/TSMOMT2021. So next, if you want to pick up new soft skills that will help you in your school, or help you to become more employable, or help you to even start a business, you can come and join our ongoing program, RYSE with Us. So RYSE with Us is a series of free mini webinars and workshops on various topics and skills such as personal branding, marketing skills, communication skills, and management skills. So RYSE with Us is perfect for you if you do not have the time to sit through lengthy courses. So the workshops are free for all Malaysians. So to find out more, you can or register, you can visit our website at bit.ly/rise with us. So now, if you would like to learn more about our upcoming Tauke Talk session, you can always like and follow us at Tauke Talks in Facebook and Instagram. To find out more about RYSE program, do like and follow us on our social media accounts. So before we end this session, I would like to say thank you to everyone for coming, and thank you so much, Eva, for all the insightful points tonight. It actually like enlightened me as well. So I just would like to say thank you once again, Eva, and all the best with your business. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eva, and thank you everyone. I hope you have a good night.